I've been in Smash, I've had a lot of really awesome opportunities. One being the Canusa tournament, and now I'm the only girl in a Sausage Fest tournament for the gold. Now, some see that as a disadvantage. I see that as an advantage because I think a lot of people are gonna underplay me and they're gonna think, oh, it's a girl, okay, bully me around. But I've had a lot of experience wrestling men and women. So watch out, boys. I'm gonna ruin your Sausage Fest.
It could be immortals, immortals, just not for long, for long. With me forever now, the blackout curtains down.
The following is brought to you by the Shining Wizards Network, home to many great podcasts, including Neckbreaker, 2.5 Wrestlers, The Midnight Jury, Pro Wrestling 101, Turnbuckle Throwbacks, Apex Radio, and of course, The Shining Wizards. Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Audio Booth, and at ShiningWizardsNetwork.com.
Hello everyone and welcome to SmashTV, episode 50. I am not Scott Hunter, I'm Alan Taylor. I'm the director of production, productive director, productive person. I'm going to be showing you guys what it's like to edit an episode of SmashTV. Today we're going to peel the curtains behind. So here are my cameras. We're going to go straight into 60. Ian is turned off, so that's, yeah, it's pretty normal. As I skim through, you can see like he comes online shortly after the match starts. What I have up here in the top left that you're looking at are the different camera angles that are available to me from the show. This is the pre-show from The Art of War. And then on the right hand side we have the screen that you guys see. This is the finished product. I have already done the boring part of making sure that everything is lined up, that it syncs, color corrected, make sure that it looks pretty. So when I go through this, my job is to get the most interesting, I'm turning my sound down apparently, get the most interesting camera angle I can, make sure that it looks good, that it's nice and sharp. Ideally, so you can see what's happening here. We've got the big scare, Dan O'Hare coming out there, and the bad boy, Joey Janella, quite the name. There's Dan looking incredibly excited with himself, and Joey Janella with his original custom-made ring jacket. So, as you can kind of see as I go through this, I'm going to every now and then have to kind of like stop, jump back to an area that I saw and see if I can make it better. I don't want to just take the first thing that comes up. I want to make sure I'm getting the best possible thing. And my system's lagging a little bit here because I'm recording the screen at the same time. So as you can see, I made a decision here. I had cut after he had walked around. The camera got a little bit funky, so I'm going to make a little bit of an earlier cut and go back to it at that point. And that's how we get that beautiful shot there of the big scare and then Joey Janella at the same time. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is having the next guys come out into the ring and they take their time. So whilst you can see Ian here ready to head out and film these guys coming in, I don't know what Matt's doing. We'll correct that part there. He fell asleep. We'll go over to this hard cam here. We want to make sure that we let people know at all times what's going on in the ring. Make it easy for you guys to follow the action, but interesting to follow the action as well. You'll notice there's a fourth camera angle that's black the whole time. It's called the toll camera. And the toll camera is the one that we have up on stilts in the corner of the room. It gives you a bit of an interesting angle. I like to cut to that one typically to give people a sense of where everyone is in the ring. Okay, we've got Cecil Nix and Chaz Lovely coming out here, stealing hats, why not? And yeah, so the toll camera tells you where people are in the ring. If we have everyone go down and everyone's laid on the floor, for example, you need to know where they're at, especially in a tag match. Are they close to their partner? Are they close to the ropes? I don't know what's going on with these hats here. This doesn't make any sense to me. I will tell you that if you look closely, you may even be able to see me on one of these screaming at these guys to hurry up and get in the ring. We are on a time limit. We do want to start the main show. But we do appreciate these guys coming out here and putting on a pre-show for everyone. A little bit extra content for us. It's a good way for you guys to get ready for the show. And the Art of War was a hell of a show. Tons of stuff to follow. So having these guys come out and get you guys warmed up is a big, big part of the show. So at this point, we've got our 3 camera angles. And as I said, my job is going to be to follow the action and keep things interesting. Really, says the bad boy in his trunks. Jesus. We're going to follow the action. We're going to see what's happening here. Keep things interesting visually to watch, whilst also allowing it, something that you can follow with your brain. Something that's not too confusing. We don't want to jump all over the place really, really quickly, make it impossible for you to actually see what's happening. Keep things spry, keep the action going. So, as you can see, and this is a little bit odd when you first start watching it, as I'm editing, I don't actually look at the piece on the right-hand side. I'm looking at the left-hand side, and I'm trying to see everything happening at once to see where the best angle is. What we're going to do a little bit later in the episode is we're going to play the match back, just a cut of it, the finished product with the commentary added in and the sound, so you can kind of see what the finished product's like once we get out of this. And there you can see we have Jimmy walking in front of the camera. I like to try and cut that out if I can, but sometimes it's just not possible. You have to realize that when we're working with a small camera, a small screen like we have on the left-hand side, when something looks like it may be a better camera angle, it might actually not be, because again, you need to think about where you are, where you've been with the camera angles, so as not to confuse people. And just because something looks like it's a good camera angle on that left-hand side, that doesn't actually mean that it's necessarily the best angle to switch to at that moment. And a lot of this is going to come down to practice, learning, trial and error, finding stuff out.
What a headbutt from Gulag. Oh, we've seen this before from Fourth Gun. Looking for that double power bomb. There's going to be curtains if they hit it. But both David Richards and Eddie Edwards able to reverse
double
it.
small package.
A couple of single leg Boston grabs.
This has got to be all.
They can make both members of Fourth Gun tap here. Those are in deep. Oh, they're helping each other out. Adding to the leverage put on into those half grabs. Oh,
no.
Here comes Derek, ruining what was a perfectly good match. But the Wolves take out Derek.
Okay, I had to pause a little bit there because I got a message from one of the other guys involved in Smash, and we don't want to give any spoilers away here, but basically, right back to where we were, you can see we're going through the match. There's a couple of stops and starts. That's my computer just trying to keep up with everything, because like I said, I am recording the screen. We have 3 different HD video streams being manipulated in real time at the moment. It's a little bit too much for one laptop to handle, but we are getting there. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to really quickly touch on is some of the other work that goes into making a finished show for you, whether that be SmashTV itself, whether it be one of the main events you get on Smash On Demand. We have quite a lot of work that goes into all of this. We have probably close to 1,000 feet of lighting cable at this point. We have at least 300 feet of power cables dotted all over the place, mostly down where the entrance is, to power all of this. And yep, don't worry about that. You can see here Buddy's walking in front of the camera. Not a problem, he's trying to find his seat. We're going to cut around him, so we take a switch to another camera angle. This guy here, you can see I'm going to keep an eye on him to see where he is in the frame. I'd like to get away from this angle because as much as it's a good shot, you can see it's a little overexposed. The lens has let a little bit too much light in. It's not ideal. At the same time, this one here on the bottom left of my quadrant, it's the wrong camera angle for the pin. You can't see the shoulders down, you can't see the kick out. So these are all different considerations that we have to kind of take into account with something like this. Getting back to what I was saying, yeah, we have about 400 feet maybe of speaker cables for all the sound that you guys experience. And our production is getting bigger and bigger. Every single time that we do something like this, we have almost $10,000 in lighting. We have the truss system itself. The stage setup is expensive. And a lot of this obviously takes time to put together. On a typical show day, my day starts around 7 a.m. I get the car loaded. I put all of the lighting equipment in there. And we have another guy that's got all of the sound equipment in his car. Everyone that doesn't have stuff in their cars to take, they head over to storage where we have the ring, and they're loading that into a truck. Everyone's generally at the venue around 10:30, and we start setting everything up then. Really quickly, you don't have to rewind it, but basically what I did there, you'll notice, is we had two different camera angles. One was looking at where the feet would end up on the moonsault, the other looking at where the head would end up. Something like that, it's always good if you can get something, I think, where it looks as if the action's coming into the screen. So the feet coming towards the camera in that particular instance. It's a good one to use. And as now here, I remember doing this part in editing. Chaz Lovely hits this pretty cool kind of move, but it's not entirely obvious what happens here. So what I do is, again, I ignore the warning. Part of the problem when you're recording the screen as well. I'm going to start going back slowly through the footage. What I want to do is I'm going to try and find the spot where that move was hit, see what the different camera angles I have available to me, and see which one tells the story of the move the best, to work out if what I was using was the best camera angle or not. So here we go again. Dan O'Hare is in shot. So we've got 3 different camera angles. I think the one that's best is probably actually the hard cam that we're using, right? I think you can see him entering on the left, hitting the move, and it's obvious what's happening. Let's see. I actually don't remember what I chose here, so this is news to me. Okay, there we go. We have Dan O'Hare looking like C.K. Louis C.K.? This is one of those two. It's either a comedian or a designer. And then we have Chaz Lovely hitting that move. Get it from behind, you can see what he's actually doing. And then we've got Joey Janella doing the breakup there. And again, it's something, you know, it's important. We have to take every single little thing into consideration. There's a lot of times when I'm talking to people, and I don't think they always necessarily think about the thought that goes into one of the shows that we're putting on. And this is a good example, I think, of how I never stop thinking about stuff like that. Every tiny decision that we make regarding a show, who's going to be on the show, what spot they're going to be in, what their storyline's going to be, is very carefully considered, and then it goes all the way through to the editing. We're trying to tell a story as well as show a good wrestling match. Now there was a reason that I'm pointing out the tall camera here, and I don't remember what it is, so we won't worry about it. I'm sure it was very important though. Oh, I know. It's because, as I mentioned earlier, we now have 2 people down on the mat. We have got Dan O'Hare going for a pin. Typically at this point the tall camera would show you where they are in the ring, and because this is a pre-show, not everything is up online and functional at this point. In fact, the tall camera hasn't even been raised, so that's why we don't have that camera angle. But if you watch one of our shows, especially I think The Art of War is a particularly good couple of shots towards the end with Fourth Gun in the ring together, you can see how important that camera angle is, and what a valuable role it can play in telling the story in the ring sometimes. And there's a beautiful shot that Matt got of the oh Jesus, it's a hell of a spear. The great shot that Matt got of the miscommunication between Joey Janella and Dan O'Hare. And now going back to look at that spear did we get the best camera angle? Yes, we did, but then you want to get this beautiful cell at the end of it. So again, little things like we don't rush through any of the stuff that we do. Everything's very carefully considered, and it's a great example, I think, of what we're trying to achieve when we do all of this. So that is the match. We're coming to the end here, and I'm going to keep doing the cuts as we go to the end of this and the guys head out of the ring. What happens next is this all has to be rendered and exported. In fact, I think right at the end here, you'll be able to see some of the stuff doing this. If you look in the center of the screen, you can see there's the number 100. It's got a little green thing around it. It's gone to 0 and back to 100. What happens is for each section that needs to be rendered differently, this is Final Cut kind of doing its thing and preparing that for us. As it's doing that, the next thing for us to do is to export a finished file that's full resolution, full bitrate, that's going to go into the SmashTV episode itself. And then the episode will take this, we'll pull in commentary, we're going to pull in all of the on-screen visual effects, the graphics with the title names, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to put together the finished product that then gets put up on YouTube, distributed on our website. You can see Ian turns his camera off early. There goes Matt. These guys are done. They're about to get ready for the show. You can actually see them. If you look on this camera angle, you can see them getting ready and preparing their plan for the first ever entrance of the show. And now here you can see all of these orange lines in the timeline at the bottom. That's where it's going to be telling us that that part needs to be rendered still. And here it is, working its way up to 100. So that is how I make SmashTV, how I make all of the Smash shows. Again, I try to take as much of the boring stuff out as I could. I hope it's at least somewhat interesting. Guys, we're coming up on an entire year of SmashTV, which means an entire year of me hating my life a little bit more. So here's to the next 1 year.
Brett Strong, Lisa Vino, Alex DeWitt, Michael Beard Kostecki, Nadine Farron, and Jimmy Corderas. From Machino Music comes High Speed Flamingo.
When it's cold, we bite the top of our zips, pull it up with our teeth till it covers our lips. Exhale, central heating for the weather beaten. Our feet are beating the street and stand by us like we're waiting. Walking these streets with that distant stare. No one likes us but we don't care. Maybe our kind don't fit round here. Our minds find conflict round here. See, we choose to cruise a route that ain't paved with gold, so our shoes don't slip, they stick and grip this road. Our tools are ink slicks that we engrave and mould. For an end goal you maybe can't spend or fold. We won't settle for unsold careers or 40 years of salty tears. Like a battered up mixtape with a long faded label. When I'm old and decaying, I'll be decaying and aim. If the bad times are coming, let them come. Let the death drum break the slum for the once young braves to come. Fickle flicker of desire expires. The bad times are coming, let them come. If the bad times are coming, let them come. Let the death drum break the slum for the once young braves to come. Fickle flicker of desire expires. The bad times are coming, let them come.
This is WWP Weekly Wrestling Podcast.
Tonight, Fourth Gun proved that we are the 4 most dangerous men in Smash Wrestling. Drew Gulak, best technical wrestler that ever lived. Show him, put in a wrist lock.
Wrist lock right now?
Show him.
Wrist lock him up. Yeah! Yeah, wrist locks, baby.
Tarek, Double bicep, show what we're dealing with. That's right. Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, you know it.
Best super kick in the business.
I got one.
Kick me in the face, show him.
Wait, what?
Prove it. Kick me in the face. Fourth gun, I want it. Please.
Kick you in the face right
Please.
now. Kick him. You sure?
Give it right here.
You want me to kick you in the face?
Fourth gun.
Fourth gun?
Right.
Fourth gun, right in the face?
No, do it. Do it.
He told me he wanted me to do it. Oh.
Did you really have to kick him like for real?
He wanted it. He wanted me to kick him in the face.
He was really excited.
When a man asked me to super kick him in the face, I
mean, the man's laid out.
He's knocked out. He's
Took one
knocked
for the
out.
team. Took one for the
He's
team.
knocked
For
out.
fourth
He's
gun.
knocked out. Just like Josh Alexander and Chris Hero will be on May 17th at Gold. Smash Wrestling thinks they can stack the odds against me, stack the odds against Fourth Gun. No. Look at that. That is what is in Chris Hero and Josh Alexander's future. You can get him. You might want to get him.
Drag him away, man. I got him. Alright. Why'd you have to do this again?
Oh, that hurts so bad.
Just not for long. The blackout curtains down. Just not for long. We could be alone. Immortals.
My habits out of control. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. My heart's ready to go. Tell that reaper I pay that toll. I'm going in.
The big scare, Dan O'Hare. And his tag team partner from Asbury Park, New Jersey, the bad boy, Joey Janella.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Smash TV. I'm Scott Hunter alongside Brad Myers, and we are all set and ready to go here at the Art of War. But before all that action begins, we got a match right here for Smash TV. This is the Big Scare, Dan O'Hare, once again making his appearance here in Smash Wrestling, teaming with Joey Janella.
Scott, I don't mean to cut you off, but is that the jacket from the movie Drive?
I honestly have no idea.
The bad boy Joey Janella with some serious swag tonight.
Making his Smash Wrestling debut. It's a huge match here for Joey Janella. But they are up against the after party, Cecil Nix and Chaz Lovely.
I've never been invited to the after party. I'm a little disappointed by it, but maybe one day we'll get there.
It's awesome.
You've been?
I've been to, they invite me all the time. I don't remember any of the after parties, but that means I'm doing it right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The after party, making us wait.
How is he the man with no name, Cecil Nix?
Cecil Nix is the man that likes to wear everyone else's hat.
What's he got, 3?
That's impressive. The man can wrestle, and he can balance hats on his head.
If that man gets to 5 hats, I quit.
Oh, he's at 4. I almost get my wish early. My birthday is coming up in June. I think I only made it 4. I only made it 4.
Oh. Woo.
And I was giving them back.
Well, the man with no name.
I'm impressed he remembered who belonged to what hat.
And he gave the main man away.
He gave away one too many. Cecil Nix and Chaz Lovely, the after party, are ready to go here, Brad.
That may have been the best entrance in the history of Smash Wrestling, minus Matt Cross.
That was?
He wore 4 hats.
You have very low standards.
4 hats, Scott. 4 hats.
The man with 4 hats, Cecil Nix. About to kick things off here with Joey Janella. There's the bell. This one is officially underway. Referee Jimmy Corderas is ready to go. Cecil Nix, Joey Janella.
What is...
He's got into like a transic state early on here.
I believe that's almost like a spider monkey type fighting style by Joey Janella.
Have you ever seen a spider monkey fight, Brad?
No.
Neither have I. I really want to, though.
You and me both. Let's go to the zoo sometime.
No.
Well, don't say I didn't invite you when I go to the zoo.
Joey Janella showing us some athleticism here in the early going of this contest. Brad, this is, I believe, the first time Joey Janella and the Big Scare Dan O'Hare have teamed up together.
At least here in Smash Wrestling. That is very true, as this is Joey Janella's debut. I'm not too sure if they have tagged before together, though. I do not believe so.
Janella into a headlock, asking for a USA chance, and he's getting some USA chance here. The Franklin Horder Community Center in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada. Cecil Nix showing off some power. Joey Janella. It's going to be one of the funnest wrestling names I've ever heard. One of the funnest names to say, anyway.
That lariat just turned Joey Janella inside out and upside down.
Tag, and here comes your favorite, Brad. The Big Scare, Dan O'Hare in the ring. Huge back body drop from Chaz Lovely.
The man with the best nickname in pro wrestling.
Oh, my God. Flipped him inside out. That drop kick right to the knee. Dan O'Hare's in trouble early. And the after party is rolling. Cover here. Only a 1 count, though. As Dan O'Hare's able to kick out, but there's Cecil Nix cutting him off at the corner. And that's what you got to do. This is the advantage that the after party has to being a regular tag team.
The bad boy, Joey Janella.
Nice shot there, right to the face. Cecil Nix trying to take out both Dan O'Hare and Joey Janella. He's hanging on the top rope. Huge exploder suplex from Dan O'Hare.
Sends him for a ride.
Tag made. Here comes Joey Janella. The high flyer of the group. Double axe handle smash right to the back.
Shades of Stone Cold Steve Austin with that elbow drop.
Man. The vicious clubbing blows right across the forearm, right to the face, Brad. Joey Janella. Impressive in his debut here. Part of Smash Wrestling's new talent initiative. And a kick right to the back of the neck. My God, cover here. Only a 1 count again. See Chaz Lovely there.
And that's exactly it, Scott. You talk about that new talent initiative. We're always seeing new faces here in Smash Wrestling. Dan O'Hare has been a big part of it, as well as the after party. We've seen them here a few times.
Dan O'Hare has been tagged in now, and he's clubbing away at Cecil Nix. And this is where Dan O'Hare is at his best. When he's fighting an opponent who's like a wounded animal right here. He just bullies him around the ring. And the Big Scare is right cover. Only a 2 count, though. As once again, Chaz Lovely, you saw him get his hands on referee Jimmy Corderas. You got to be careful he's not disqualified yet.
Jimmy Corderas is the wrong man to put your hands on. He has slapped Brent Banks in the past.
Tag man here, Joey Janella, now legal man. You see some double team action here.
Whoa.
What is this?
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Innovative offense.
Cover, that could be it. No, once again. Chaz Lovely with that long reach, able to interfere with the count by taking attention away from referee Jimmy Corderas.
Joey Janella to the top
rope.
rope.
All at the top, moonsault! Nobody home! Is this the opening that Cecil Nix needs? Can he make that tag to Chaz Lovely?
If he doesn't hear, it's over. He's got to make that tag. Chaz Lovely is fresh.
Cecil Nix though in the wrong corner. Joey Janella, he needs to make a tag badly here too. Knocked the wind out of himself there.
He might have knocked himself out.
This crowd now firmly behind the after party. Tag made to Dan O'Hare. Here comes Chaz Lovely. Chaz Lovely with a head of steam. A huge lariat there.
Oh.
Taking up both O'Hare and Janella.
Oh, Rough Rider.
Rough Rider connecting cover. Only a 1 count. Chaz Lovely here. No one can touch him.
What is this?
Modified version of a pump handle power bomb.
Gut-wrench pump handle power bomb. I don't even know what to call that. Oh, backbreaker.
Oh, break a man's back, Brad. That could be it.
O'Hare into the cover. That could be all.
But only a 2 count there. Chaz Lovely barely able to get that shoulder up after that lung blower. Tag man, here comes Joey Janella.
Joey Janella really impressing me thus far tonight, Scott.
Cecil Nix is out of this, Brad. Chaz Lovely's on his own, but oh! What a miscommunication.
A spear!
Oh, wow, what a spear from Cecil Nix. Here comes the after party, setting up Joey Janella. Good Lord. Oh! Good night!
That's got to be all.
Here's a cover. 2 and
3.
There you go. The after party picking up the victory, Brad. And
I guess now the after party starts.
So I guess that you're leaving now, I guess?
Yeah, I will see you next week on Smash TV. For Brad Myers, I'm Scott Hunter. I'm going to party with these guys. Stay beautiful, everybody.
I like him a lot.